Yes. Huh? Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is zaahndile.mhlonga and this is a brand new video. Thank you so much for allowing me the pleasure to infiltrate your space in the coolest way possible. Today I want to share my birth story. I feel like I'm ready to talk about it. I'm gonna make this video a part 1 and a part 2 because I don't want to concentrate on the bad experience that I experienced at a public hospital on this video. I just want to speak about my birth story, and I'm going to start with the birth story because that's the beautiful part, and then I'm going to speak about the things that were just horrible for me with giving birth at like a public hospital. So I'm breastfeeding my child whilst doing this because I'm trying to keep her at bay, and that's the only thing that I can do. So I gave birth on the 16th. I'm going to also put some slides on the sides of videos that I have showing you guys exactly what was happening and stuff. So I gave birth, like on that video, on the 16th of December 2022. So whilst ni plan of your groove nan mina bagit kaka. I'm kidding guys. So yeah, I'm not kidding, honestly. I was in hospital last year on the 16th of December. So I'm one person that has relax. Ufuna kuvela. Hlala phansi. All right, so it's 2022 on the 15th of December. Hi guys, it's the 15th of December and it's our due date, and we are going to have a baby today, so come with us. We're done getting dressed, right? I've been having like a lot of pains. Like my pain tolerance is quite high, so I'm one person that okay. So my pain tolerance is quite high, you guys. Like I'm one person that can go through pain. What's wrong? Ah! Guys, she literally wants to feature on the video. Like that's why she's crying. Like, yo. Mama. Huh? No, please go play somewhere by yourself and leave me alone. I want to be a content creator. Okay. It's 2022 on the 16th of December, on the 15th of December rather. I woke up, well, that week leading to that day, I really was having pain, but because my pain tolerance is quite high, I'm low color easy. Like I'm not one person that will say, oh my gosh, I'm not that person. Like and also because a lot of people would say, hello, there's no pain that compares to labor pains. I was waiting for the biggest pain. Like I was anticipating the worst pain ever. So the whole week I was just is this it? Because I'll have pains on my back. But I'll just be like, nah, this is not it. I'm waiting for like excruciating pain, and I didn't experience excruciating pain. But because my pain tolerance is quite high, I'd understand why. And also my mother-in-law was here during that last week. So because she has like 5 kids, she has experience to these things. What she would say to me was like, nah, when you have actual labor pains that are going to lead to labor, you are going to experience things coming out of your kiki and like blood or whatever. So I was waiting for blood, I was waiting for that, and I didn't even know that like things are different for all of us, guys. So I guess because everyone's journey is so different, that is why I didn't see anything. But for me, I was waiting for the blood and the stuff to come out so I can be like, yeah, now we are talking. Now I'm in labor. My due date was on the 15th of December. My other due date, according to the scan, was on the 9th of December, but according to my last period, my due date was on the 15th of December. So now I'm stressing because my first due date has passed, right? But I'm like, nah, it's fine because the 15th has not yet passed. So maybe I'll give birth around that time. Okay, cool. So I'm chilling. Guys, when I was pregnant now, I was literally not even, on the last couple of days when I was 38 weeks, 39 weeks, 40 weeks, guys, I was squatting for my life because my midwife told me that like when you squat, even online they say like when you squat when you squat, your baby will just squat out. So I was that girl who was waiting for my baby to squat out. So I was squatting for my life literally every single day. Okay, cool. I squat. And then so I was not, guys, I was so healthy, I was so active. There was a time where my friend was like, bruh, like, why are you always doing those things? I feel like you are in labor. And I was like, nah, I'm not feeling pain. I just have pains on my back. They will come randomly here in front, but it's nothing hectic. So I'm waiting for like excruciating pain. I think that was my problem. Okay, cool. So on the 15th, because I was sharing a bed with my mother-in-law, on the 14th, I'm like, nah, I'm going to sleep with my husband. So I come and I sleep with my husband. And then when I'm sleeping with my husband, guys, I don't know what I was doing at night, but when we woke up in the morning, my husband was like, baby girl, let's go to the hospital because something is wrong. Like, honestly, something is wrong. I also wanted us to go to the hospital, and that's why I wanted to sort of like be with him so I can tell him that like I want us to like go to the hospital and see what's up, So he was like, nah, because I was like, we'll go on the 16th, but I was like, nah, let's go on the 15th. Really, I also wanted to go to the hospital because I felt like something is wrong here. And then so on the morning, we woke up, guys. So the hospital that we were going to is not really far. So I had done my research. It's okay, cool. Like the hospital is close by 20. That is like 20 minutes away. He is here. And then I was like, okay, cool. Let's go to the hospital. We went to the hospital. We took a bath, we took a shower, and then my hospital bag was packed. Everything was just like packed. Okay, cool. And then we go. Shapo, when we go, guys, as we were going, come on, traffic cop, guys. Come on, traffic cop. I asked Misa. Guys, go say as like with my husband had no coins in his car. Like we didn't have money. Like I remember like on the car, we don't usually have coins really in the car. I'm the one that carries coins. But on that day, not even coins, like we didn't have money at all in the car. Now my traffic cop, I am Miss. And the license disc expired, guys. It was the whole COVID thing, so it was just, I don't know what happened, and we were always traveling, and nothing happened to a point where I think he traveled to Mpumalanga with it expired and but on that day, Basmisa, guys, and then so in my mind I'm like, I think poor man, so that but the one would say and villain take him hell, because like I need to go, like I need them to sort of like let us off the hook. So I'm there like I think I opened the window, I was like, baby, and then he's like, just so that they can see, there's a pregnant person in the car. I think eventually the traffic officers like let him go. He went and then he was peeping through to see, I think, because then when I asked my husband, he's like, hey, I'm challenging story some like, and then he let us go. God bless him for letting us go, like specifically on that day. And then we left, we went to the hospital. We got to the hospital, very okay, and stuff, right? Okay, cool. They're like, okay, go, what. We went, and then they were like, no, family must go, whatever. Okay, so I'm not focusing on the hospital itself right now. I'm just focusing on my birth story. I'll talk about the hospital like on the next video after this one. Okay, cool. So then I go in. When I go in, I get assisted, right? When I get assisted, this lady tells me to get inside one of the rooms after I had like filled in my details, and I didn't even have to fill like a lot of details. I just filled in like my names and stuff, and then because I had that book, that hospital book, they didn't require like a lot of things. And then I went to this other room. I got to the room, this lady was like, okay, cool, open your legs. I'm like, okay, cool, opening my legs. Okay, I love opening my legs, that's why I have guys, I do love opening my legs, like not like that, like, but like I'm one person that, okay, so I opened my legs anyways, and then the lady wafaka sandla yena. Well, that's after they did my vitals, like my blood pressure. I was glad Uguti, my BP was fine, everything was fine at that point in time. And then after that, did they do my, I don't know, I don't remember if they did my DP, my blood pressure, okay, not BP, not DP, my blood pressure. And then they took me to this other room, and I got to that other room. Okay, cool. And then chapu, so they took me to this room. The lady was like, open your legs. I opened my legs, wafaka sandla. And then she's like, yeah, labor, you are in labor, you are 1 centimeter dilated, yabo. So I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. I was not bleeding, nothing was happening, I was fine. And then they just kept me there, right? Like she just checked the baby and stuff, and okay, cool. And then it was time for, they didn't say anything, they just left me there, like, okay, cool. And then I stayed in there, like, okay. And then my family came to see me because it was like lunchtime, and then I was sitting there, we're just chatting and chatting. Okay, cool, no problem, everything is fine. They're like, okay, cool, I'm moving you to like the maternity ward because it's the beginning of labor, so let's just go there. We went there to the maternity ward. So I figured there was like a lot of girls la payana then nami ngiyafika la payana ngiyahlala and stuff. And then guys, I started bouncing on the ball because from what I saw online, I literally wanted the ball, but I was like, what am I gonna do with this ball after I have given birth? Like, I'm gonna use it for a week and then what? So I'm just gonna squat. When I got to the hospital, there were balls, so I'm like, let me just bounce on this ball. I started bouncing on the balls. Everyone's like, you're so energetic, your baby's just going to slide through. Everyone was just going through so much pain, and I was just there like bounce. I bounced on the ball. I bounced. Okay, cool. And then like there was a point where this lady who was next to me was like, yeah, bouncing, it's still fine, next thing uzokhala. But I'm like, whatever, it's fine. And then the doctor came, he was like, okay, cool, let me take you to the scan room, right, so I can check you and stuff. I went to the room, and then she was like, okay, cool. She checked me, she checked the baby, like everything was fine with the baby according to him. And then he's like, are you in pain? I'm like, no, I'm not in pain. He's like, no, don't worry, I'll come back in like 30 minutes and you won't be like this anymore. So I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. I chilled there. I chilled. This is the part of the public hospital that I'll just share here because it makes sense for the story to just continue. Guys, the doctor did not come back because he had to attend to some emergency. We only had one doctor there. I think the hospital I went to is like a midwife ran hospital, and there was like an emergency of some girl in the ward who was screaming and crying. Okay. And then the doctor didn't come back, and then the nursing staff came. When the other nurse came, she checked my blood pressure and stuff, and then she's like, no, your blood pressure is quite high, so we're going to put you on She said, no, we're going to put you on some medication to sort of like help with like your blood pressure. Don't worry, it's going to be managed, right? Okay, cool. So I'm waiting there, like, okay, she's just gonna manage my blood pressure and stuff. So guys, and then this lady comes, she does my BP and stuff, and then I'm like, okay, cool. So these things, I don't know what those things are called, but my bandy like but my bandi, so those things they use to monitor the baby's heart rate and stuff. So on those things, but song like in the ward. So I'm like, okay, cool, it's not that deep if but song. Okay, now but and I'm just chilling there like, okay, cool. And then after some time, they're like, but to figure then must keep it, right? So they're removing them from everyone. I'm assuming they're going to remove them from me as well. Guys, like literally the nurse came, and then wabuga la paya wa ham, and like with, so I'm just like, okay, cool, I guess maybe I need to stay in longer. Oh boy. So I'm thinking I need to stay in with these things a little bit longer. Yeah. Thank God her dad is back, so I can continue. Okay, so guys, I'm also wearing this dress. This is the dress I was wearing on the day I went into labor. I saved this dress so I can wear it on the day because my sister passed in the same year that I gave birth in. So everyone was there for my pregnancy except for her. So I just wanted something that belonged to her so I can feel like she's part of like the experience as well. Anyways, so I'm waiting for her to come remove the things. They don't remove those things on me. I'm not complaining also. I've heard a lot of people say those things are so painful. They are so tight. What. Guys, I didn't have any of that. Like, I think Mhlambe I was anxious to see what was going on or to meet my child. I just didn't care about pain. Also, I have a very high pain tolerance, so it wasn't like that painful. Also, initially I knew exactly how I was sitting. Right now I don't even know if this me sitting like this makes sense. Anyways, I hope it does. And then I've lost my train of thoughts and I don't like that. And then as I'm sitting, so the other nurse comes. She's like, guys, please, they're gonna bring food now. She says they're gonna bring food, right? And when they bring food, make sure that you eat so that when we check your vitals, everything will be fine. I don't know if it's sugar or the BP that gets affected if you don't eat. So they were just encouraging us to drink the tea so that we don't have problems. And then I'm eating. I had an appetite for the whole of Africa when I was pregnant, so I just ate it through, and I'm like, oh, of course nothing is wrong. All right, cool. Now they come again. When they come, they're checking us, and then Malang check them in. They're like, okay, but she even called the other one, was like, come butang bonisa, and then they're checking that thing. I'm like, okay, probably something is wrong with the machine because I'm fine, you know. Okay, cool. And then the lady asked, BP. I'm like, yeah, she's like, okay. And then we are ham. They're like, yo, and I'm like, what's going on? They're like, nah, we're coming. Okay, cool. I chilled there because I don't know what's going on. And then they come now. When they come with a catheter, that thing that they use to store your urine, right? Okay, now I figure out and she tells me, goes, okay, this thing is going to be a little bit uncomfortable. Open your legs. I love opening my legs. Chapu, they put that thing in my faga. I didn't feel pain because again I have a high pain tolerance. Okay, cool. But I found that thingy. Now the urine starts flowing la payana. It's late at this point. Like my husband and his mom were long gone. So I'm just chilling there like, okay, cool. When am I gonna meet my baby? Like, what is going on? Like, you know? But I was chilled, to be honest with you guys. I was not expecting I was not expecting any hoo-ha. I was not expecting any drama, especially because my pregnancy was very smooth. Like, I had a smooth pregnancy from the beginning until the end, you know. Okay, cool. So I'm like, now the doctor comes, like this old white man comes, he checks the machine. I'm like, what's up? He's like, I'm coming back. He leaves. Okay, next thing, nurses are coming in. There was a girl that was sitting next to me. So with her, they did the same thing that they did to me. They're like, next thing, she was also screaming when they were putting the catheter on her. And then now they come back again with my drip. And they're like, we're going to hospital B now because there's no okay, they said we have to go to the second hospital because there's no, I don't know what they call that thing. So because I was like, we in Lengeko, they're like, no, because we need to induce your labor, right? And then now we can't induce your labor because we have a certain amount of people that we can give the induced thing to, right? So let's say for an example, right, that whole ward is filled up by like 10 people, but at the time they can only give the induced thing to 10 patients, and at that time the maximum patients had been induced. Okay, cool. Like, now you guys have to go to the second hospital because there are doctors there and staff. So now I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. We're going to the next hospital. We get to the next hospital. When we get to the next hospital, emergency on this other room by myself. They come in. When they come in, they're like, okay, cool. My vitals in what. I'm still on now because I had to leave the machine lane. But they were like, please take off all your clothes now. They're like, take off all your clothes. I took off all my clothes and stuff, and then bangfaga lo machine and stuff. There I could see like the machine, but I can't. I'm not a medical person, like, you know, and I didn't do my research on that machine, so I could see it's okay. There were things happening, like machine and stuff. Okay, cool. And then I ended up sleeping because I was tired, guys. You can imagine, like, now it's like after midnight and I'm still like in hospital and I'm moving around and stuff. Okay, so then I'm like, let me sleep. Because it was not a conducive area, like willingly. I guess I'm walking up by a doctor because he came initially to check on me and then he left and then he came back. Now when he came back, he's like, nah, I'm booking you for an emergency C-section. Yo guys, if I tell you that, like, literally, guys, everything, like, it just took a decline. I was at the point where I was like, oh my goodness, like, what have I done to the Lord, you know? Like, who? Immediately I called my man. I was like, yo dog, but section, hey, what? And then Shapu, I'm there. Now they come. They are taking now my items. They are plugging my names on them. I need to sign forms to consent, and it's a whole, guys. It's weird now at this point. Like, I'm down, like down, because I don't know what to expect. I didn't read up on C-sections. I didn't do anything. Like, I came there to deliver my baby who was going to squat out and then just go home, you know. Okay, cool, as fate will have it. I'm just sitting there, but like in my mind I'm like, they're probably going to change their mind, you know. Now I start bleeding, right? When I start bleeding, in my head I'm like, here's the blood that my mother-in-law was talking about. So now I'll be able to sort of like give birth, right? And mind you, all the people that came to check up on me at that second hospital will put in their hand and leave. Come in, put in their hand and leave. Come in, put in their hand and leave. And then the doctor on the last, he's like, nah, stop putting your hands. Like, now people must not put their hands on you. That's what he said. So now it's in the morning. I think it was around 7. Around 7, the doctor comes. He's like, I was trying to give you a chance, but nah, there's no way. It's not gonna happen we're booking you for a C-section and stuff and stuff and stuff and stuff and stuff. Now the most stressful thing is, you know those videos that you see of doctors where they are explaining a case study of a patient. Case study saying him at this point, they come there, remember 2018 that are in medical school, they're literally surrounding my bed and they're telling each other about hey, you know. So I'm there like, guys, what's going on? Like, what's happening? So I mean, I have to point out the fact that I'm actually bleeding. What's going on? So the other lady's like, nah, it's nothing to worry about. Like, your labor is not progressing as fast as it should. Your baby's heart beat is not like your baby's heartbeat is too fast, so the baby can die. You know, the baby can die, you can die as well. And if the baby poops, we're gonna have problems. Also, your BP is skyrocketing. So at this point, we can lose you and we can lose the baby. And our priority is always the baby. So now I'm freaking out if she's saying they can lose me, they can lose the baby, and the priority is the baby. I'm thinking, am I going to die? Like, okay, cool. And then now, I guess I lost track of time. I lost track of anything and everything. Now I'm stressed to go to, this is it, I'm going to die because they're going to prioritize my baby. Now I'm stressing like, oh my God, like my baby, like am I going to meet my baby? How is it going to be? Like everything. I'm just so stressed. Like I'm so stressed. My partner's like, he's going to pray, and you can hear Guti is also going through it, but like he's like, no, you're gonna be fine. You know, like when someone's telling you you're gonna be fine, but you can hear that they're not fine now. So I'm just like, okay, cool. Hi, Gabe. So now I'm activating my I don't care attitude so that it does not hurt me as much, you know. So they come, and then now they are wheeling me through to the operation room, right? Guys, at this point I'm like, yo, like it just felt like, yo, okay, they just will me to the operation room. When I got to the operation room, guys, I want to tell you that I have never been in a sterilized environment like that one. Like that place is so clean. That smell, even now, like it traumatizes me. You know, when you think of a smell and you start smelling it and you feel the trauma, like you feel, it just feels weird, right? So that is what I was going to, like, yo, okay, the good thing was the staff in there they were very nice. So the lady there immediately saw I was uncomfortable because they wanted to put me like all the way flat down, and I felt like my stomach was weighing up on me. So I was like, can you please fix the bed for me and stuff? And the nurse that took me, they didn't fix the bed for me. So when I got there, now they're like, no, we need to transfer you from this bed to the other bed, right? Like whatever, they told me to do this or something like that, I don't remember. And then very thin, like very thin. And you know, when you're pregnant, you almost think that like I thought I was very, very fat when I was pregnant. And then so now they're trying to calm me down. They're like, nah, because you have an ink, you're not gonna feel the pain. It means it's like you can handle pain. And then now they're gonna inject me with this thing. So now they're asking me to like sit like this, right? And I must not move, because if I move, I can have like spinal issues and not be able to walk ever again in my life. You can imagine now, like you're already stressed about what is going on, and now they're telling you you might never walk ever again in your life if you move, and you don't even know how painful that thing is going to be. The good thing is that, like, for me, I didn't feel any pain when they were injecting me with that thing. So bang jova now, because I won't jova now say bang lalisa pants. And then the other lady was talking to me like in front, just to make sure Guti I don't sleep apparently. Like, so she just kept on like talking to me, and she wanted to sort of like distract me, you know. Okay, cool. And then as she was distracting me, guys, what I can tell you is that like, I started feeling cold. Like I started feeling my body getting cold from this part down. Like it just started feeling cold, and I told them like I feel so cold, like I feel so cold. Like she's like, no, don't worry, mommy, it's okay and stuff. And then now mayangivala ngemakhethenisi ukuthi ngingaboni what is happening ngale. The weird thing is the fact that like in as much as they've closed with the curtains and stuff, nabajuba you can tell ukuthi kuyajujwa manje, nabadonsa umntwana you can tell ukuthi nangumntwana bayamdonsa. So I was just there like bamdonsa umntwana wami. That time I'm so sleepy, I'm fighting my sleep because I want to hear my baby crying for the first time, because a lot of people say that's like the most magical experience ever. So they pulled my baby. When they pulled my baby, the lady's like, oh, your baby's out, mommy, your baby's out, mommy. And then I'm like, why is my baby not crying, you know? And at the time I felt like when I speak, like my words are not coming out. That is how deep it was. I felt like if I want to speak, they're not gonna hear me. But when I said to her, why is my baby not crying? She was like, no, your baby's okay, don't worry. And then for a good minute or so, some lady came and she was like, hey mommy, your baby is out, she's healthy. And then my baby started crying, and I'm like, okay, cool, that's great. She's like, yeah, she pooped, but the good thing is that she just pooped just now, like immediately when they took her out. So we checked her kidneys or something. I think it's a liver or kidney, because usually when they poop, that is what is affected. I don't know if it's kidney or the lungs, I'm not sure. And then and then they were like, okay, cool, so we checked, everything is fine, your baby's okay, mommy. Okay, I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. Now there's now bang tunga la pen, bang tunga, and now I feel like I want to vomit. So now I had even forgotten that when I said I can't hear my baby crying, she could hear me. So I'm like, I want to vomit. Like I remember just gesturing to her like, Kuti. I literally tapped her and I was like, and then she brought me this other thing where I was able to sort of like vomit. I literally was vomiting water, guys. Like I was vomiting water and nothing. Like water was just coming out. I just felt so nauseous. I was just vomiting and vomiting and vomiting. And yeah, nga vomita. And then after that, the nurse that took me there came to be like, oh, they did say to me, it's a girl, when they were taking her out, whatever. So the nurse now came and she was like, oh, here's your baby, she's a girl. And I was like, thank God she's a girl, you know. And then yeah, so I gave birth to my baby like that. That is my birth story, y'all. I hope I make sense. Yeah, and then now after that they just wheeled me out, and then I left. I went to the maternity ward. Yeah, the maternity, is it the newborn ward or the maternity ward? I don't know. So I went to the ward where all the women have just given birth to their babies. When I got there now, after some time, they brought me my baby. And fortunately enough for me, immediately when I got out, because my baby was evicted at exactly 1:30, and visiting hours at the hospital I was in was like 2:30. So immediately when I got there and my baby got there, my family came and then they met my baby. I was so traumatized. I couldn't even pose for a picture. Like, guys, I don't even have pictures of myself like with my baby. Like I have only one picture that I took of my baby, and that was it. Like I don't have any content of me and my baby in the hospital because of how traumatized I was. And then I'm so grateful that this other doctor came to check up on my baby, and she told me that like my baby tried to sort of like she's like, be suicide. I'm like, why are you calling my baby suicide? She's like, nah, this one tried committing suicide with her umbilical cord, right, when we were taking her out, because I could hear them screaming, but I was like, why are they screaming? Like, what's going on? And then she's like, no, she wanted to die before she could leave. And I'm like, I'm too grateful that she's alive and stuff. And then we stayed in the hospital. Like, so I gave birth on Friday, I stayed in the hospital on Saturday, and then I came back home on Sunday. I was so happy to come back home, you guys. I was like, so happy. We came back home with our healthy, beautiful baby. So now let's get to the part that most of you wanted to get to. What is my daughter's name? What is my daughter's name? So my child's names are Zaahndile, Luna, right? So Luna is an embodiment of the moon, or the goddess of the moon. The reason why I named, because Daddy picked Zaahndile, I chose Luna, right? The reason why I chose the name Luna for my child was because when I had my child, or when I found out I was pregnant, or the year leading to me being pregnant, I was in the darkest moments of my life. Like, I was in the darkest moments of my life. It was night time, right? It was nighttime. Like, guys, like, so my baby came into my life. She just became the moon and just brightened up my night time. The beautiful thing is, her dad gave her a name that complements that name even more, because she is indeed such a beautiful moon that came into my life and gave me so much light. That is my daughter's name, and that is the meaning behind it. Okay. Alright guys, if you made it to this part of the video, thank you so much for allowing me the pleasure to infiltrate your space in the coolest way possible. See you on the next one. Bye.